Alright, today we're looking at another, what I'd call a mystery box of toys. And this one came from an auction out in Nebraska. I think in the photos looked like it had a little bit of Star Wars, a little bit of G.I. Joe, 1970s, 1980s stuff. Always nice when they put sticker on there to try and protect it in shipment. Must have been some Italian people. It says Fragile on it. So let's take a look at what might happen to be in here, because I don't know exactly. Like I said, I know there looked like some Star Wars, some G.I. Joe. So just gonna dive into it and see what we might have. Nice bag here of stuff. What we got here? Oh, it's for like a X-Wing. These are G.I. Joe. I don't know what that's for. That's G.I. Joe. It's the G.I. Joe flak. It's a lot of like early 80s G.I. Joe stuff. This here looks like maybe Fisher Price. Ninja Turtles. This is for Star Wars, for a Death Star playset that went up on the top of it. There's another gun for an X-Wing. I think that's from one of the Star Wars playsets. It's Marvel Secret Wars. Leg off of, I think that's another Secret Wars, so maybe there's going to be some Secret Wars figures. So a weapon that's, that would be Star Wars. I think this is a other part, those go together. There's a Tauntaun from Empire Strikes Back. More G.I. Joe stuff. Got a box here that's I think there's some figures. Hopefully there's some good ones. This looks like more figures. Got some file cards for G.I. Joe. Fairly early ones. You know, you got Grunt, Short Fuse, Destro, Rock and Roll, Flash. So most of these are like first or second series. When this would have been the mail order Cobra Commander. Maybe we'll find a Cobra Commander that's one of the Mickey Mouse ones. That would be good. Let's see what figures we got. That would be the Secret Wars Dr. Doom and Secret Wars Iron Man. Those were what the decoders that, not decoders, but just kind of little shields that went with them earlier. Chewbacca, Luke Skywalker, Hammerhead, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Got a straight arm Snake Eyes, Darth Vader, Greedo, Walrus Man, Princess Leia. Here's the saddle for the Tauntaun, Rebel Trooper for Hoth. And this guy here, he makes it all worthwhile. This is a Blue Snaggletooth. And if you're not familiar with the Blue Snaggletooth, when Kenner was starting to create the different figures for relating to A New Hope, all they had to work with for Snaggletooth was a partial photo. So this was the figure they designed, and if you've seen A New Hope, you know that Snaggletooth wore a red costume, and he was much shorter. He wasn't the same height as the rest of the Cantina guys. So the only way you could get this one was it was basically a Sears exclusive. You could get it in the Cantina Adventure set. in 1978, and then by 1979 they had switched it to the correct version of a shorter one for the red costume. You could also get them in a 2-pack mail order from Sears. So basically he was just sold for a year. He was never sold as a carded figure. He was just a figure that was exclusive of a mail order or in the Cantina Adventure set. So that's a pretty cool one. Got a Tusken Raider, got a Hoth Han Solo, Stormtrooper. Here's a Hoth Stormtrooper. Got Yoda, R2-D2. I always want to check the R2-D2s, make sure it's not like the pop-up lightsaber from the Power of the Force series. Got a Jawa. Got a Ninja Turtle. And then I think this is Flash. His O-ring is broke, unfortunately, but that's easy to replace. We've got these little die-cast figures. These were, again, made by Kenner. These were the Star Wars micro series collection that was done for Empire Strikes Back. We've got Shogun Warriors. And we got a couple of Lone Ranger, California Raisin, and another part here. Some over here with one of the legs for one of the Star Wars mini rig figures. Well, not mini rig figures, but mini rig vehicles. So that's probably it for the figures, but let's see, because they seem like they put all the figures together. But I didn't really wrap this thing up here. Got to cut it open. Much as they wrapped it up, I hope it's something good. You know, whenever you buy a box of stuff like this, sometimes you're like, yeah, you know, you could leave out certain stuff to make the shipment cheaper, but you never know if the auction place is going to know what you're talking about. So this is a Cobra Hiss for G.I. Joe. That's like 83. People must have loved this shrink wrapping. But I'd prefer that they do this than throw all the stuff in there in a box that shouldn't even be shipped. It's another 1982, 1983 G.I. Joe vehicle. One unfortunate thing is there wasn't very many weapons for the Star Wars figures in this box so far. You know, weapons, they can be worth as much as the figures. It's a part for that's what you would use these guys with. Kind of supposed to be the same scale for the micro collection. Just a few more things in the box, it looks like. Land speeder for Star Wars. Would have been nice if it had been the remote control one. And let's see, we got a G.I. Joe APC. And let's see if there's, I see they've got some bubble wrap in the back of it. Maybe that means that there's something in there, some treasure. Or maybe not. Just some bubble wrap. And that looks like that's it for everything that was in the box. Certainly the Blue Snaggletooth made it all worthwhile. I hope you've enjoyed watching this unboxing of 1980s toy treasures. If you have, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button. Check out some of the other videos put up. And that'll wrap it up. Thanks for watching.